And so I do want to provide a little reference here too. We do have Jay Stewart on the other side of UTSA, also on Team USA DA. I'm looking for UTSA to come out here pretty hot, and the game is about to start. And those of y'all in Quadball Nation should let you know it's kind of a balmy, humid day. It's brooms up here. Jay Stewart going for the ball. Quadball received. Going to the right-hand side. Great physicality here from Creighton. Good pick here from Matt Blackwood, number 9 for UTSA. And Jade's going to go to the center of the pitch. With beater play going to the right-hand side, it looks like Creighton's going to get, no, UTSA with dodgeball control. While Jay is one-on-one here with the Creighton point defender. It's Javi setting picks and clearing the way for Jay. Jay dodges, ducks, goes to the left-hand side. Pass right-hand side to Matt Blackwood at the top of the pitch. Matt drives, looking for a shot. Pass to the back of the hoops. Good dodge. Good tackle here from Creighton. Amazing hoops defense. Pass back up to Jay. Jay drives from the left-hand side, going in. Beat immediately, pass the ball off, and we do have a stoppage of play.
Good beat by TJ O'Connor there on Jay Stewart. Stewart is so agile, really well known for dodging and blocking. Bit slow to get up here, though. Looks to be fine.
Yeah, we hope that he's good. You know, when you receive a beat like that, sometimes it's your embarrassment that keeps you down.
Oh, and there's a foul on Creighton.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of contact. I believe it was on the pass on the medium hoop. UTSA chaser caught it, turned their back to the Creighton defender.
Yeah, I think there's a shove.
A little bit of shove there.
So that's going to be Matt Gulick in the box for Creighton.
And this is number 12, Govea for UTSA with the quad ball. Looks like an open hoop if the keeper for Creighton doesn't get to that mid hoop. Let's see. He gets there in time, but the quad ball goes through.
Not quick enough there from Mejio.
He had the speed, but it was just the angle of the quad ball.
UTSA with first blood here.
Yeah, it's a 10-0 game here. UTSA in the lead. I'm already impressed by this Creighton defense, though.
Absolutely.
All right, Creighton passed the ball to the left-hand side to Goulet. Back up to the top. Number 71 swinging the ball around the horn to the right-hand side. This is big beater play here from Creighton, just clearing a massive hole. Is Creighton going to take advantage? Nope. Javi here from UTSA.
Big beat from Javi.
Massive beat. I hope they do not call a headshot beat here. It seemed like he was from proper distance.
That was really all Javi Tiarina blowing up the offense there. That was an amazing beater play from him, and it's going to, he's going to go in the box.
Are they calling a head beat here? No. It seems like Javi, number 0 here for UTSA, was beat, and then he beat the point defender for Creighton. So playing after the beat here. You hate to see that. So this is going to be a big power play here for Creighton, since they do tend to have beater supremacy. We'll see if they can get a quick bucket and make it a tie game. And with the ball, we have Ryan. You can get me here.
Yeah, Ryan Mejio.
Mejio, perfect. Mejio with the ball. Going to the right-hand side.
Nemani throws back for TJ O'Connor. Creighton with dodgeball control.
Probing here is number 59 for Creighton. Big pick here from Goulet, and it creates a perfect goal.
Huge poster from Matt Gulick, straight out of the penalty box into the offense. Great finish on the small hoop there.
Absolutely. I love to see picks in offenses, especially off-ball picks, but that was an on-ball pick. It creates an easy bucket on the zone defense for UTSA. Javi here clearing a hole, causing havoc. UTSA, that is kind of their trademark in beater plays. It's kind of causing havoc on the play so that Jay and Matt, the 2 stars for UTSA, can get a quick bucket.
But Matt is going to throw the ball right to Kyle Bryant here.
Does seem like Creighton got dodgeball control with all that havoc. This is tough. There's a dodgeball exchange. Stewart with the ball, passes deep right to Blackwood. Blackwood with the ball being covered.
Javi sees the red dodgeball, not in time though. TJ O'Connor.
Big pass over across the hoop. Perfect pass here from Blackwood. And it's a great shot at the top hoop.
Great goal there from UTSA. Perfect floated shot there on the middle hoop. Able to get through Creighton even while the Blue Jays had dodgeball control.
So far, we're seeing from both teams they're setting up a decent half-court offense, and then explosive plays following after a beater play. This is some classic high-level college play.
1.5 here.
Oh my gosh, 1.5 is amazing to see. Here's the drive. Drive to the blocked shot. It goes just an inch below the top hoop.
That was a well-executed 1.5, though, from T.J. O'Connor.
Absolutely. I
Kyle
think
Bryant.
if they run that again, I think it's a goal.
There's chaos behind the hoops there as Tiarina and O'Connor are fighting for this loose ball, and Tiarina's going to come out on top.
UTSA gets the ball just by letting the dodgeball roll out. Blackwood rolling to the right-hand side of the pitch. UTSA here in a spread offense. It looks to be Diamond.
Great play from Javi to draw, but
UTSA at the middle of the pitch, being pushed back somewhat by the Creighton defense. They're going to have to choose to do a reset here. Doing everything they can to save it. They pass back to Stewart. Stewart dodges, ducks, dives. There's two of Creighton defenders swarming around him.
He gets away from him.
And we have a stoppage of play here. Is it going to be back contact?
Absolute wizardry from Jay Stewart, just darting away from both Joe Goulet and Matt Gulick at the same time.
He's spinning like a tornado. And there's going to be a turnover here. Was it an out-of-bounds call?
Great agility from Jay Stewart. Just forgot the line for a split second. Here comes Creighton.
Yeah, Creighton with a one dodgeball situation here. If you drive and then pass, it could be a bucket here, but they're going to choose to actually stall the offense. There's Goulet with the ball. Pass to the left-hand side. Creighton looking for an opening, waiting for their beaters. Back up to the top of the pitch.
Maddie and the Manny with a great catch.
The drive from Goulet. It looks like it was a shot or a pass. I can't tell. 59 lost the ball. Stewart with the ball. UTSA recovers.
That was a point-blank catch from Maddie and the Manny, and here's UTSA on the fast break.
Blackwood driving. Here's a beater intercepting him, stopping the drive. Pass over. UTSA at the right-hand side of the pitch. Here's some good beater play here. UTSA causing havoc. Pass back to the right-hand side. Beat immediately, though. Oh, clear, the ref calls.
Oh, it's
Stewart
a
with
block,
the ball.
Then.
Beaters all around him.
Oh, can't dodge both.
You can't dodge both. That's indeed. Milena Sousa with the ball. Has to give it over. It seems like he was playing after the beat.
Jay Stewart is just so fun to watch out here, Craig.
Absolute treat. Absolute treat. All right, number 59 here for Creighton.
It's Matt Gulick here, ball handling for the Blue Jays.
Gulick.
Still down by one goal, early going. 2-1, UTSA is up.
Pass over to the left-hand side. Pass back behind the hoops. The first time Creighton's utilized behind the hoops play. Pass back up. It looks like a shot or a pass. It's both. Here's Blackwood. This is bread and butter for UTSA.
Oh,
no,
Gulick
but Creighton recovers. Oh, this is hectic. People are touching the ball when they shouldn't be. Jay Stewart gets it. There's a little contact from behind. He has to do 1-on-3 if he wants to get a bucket. No, he's called beat.
Oh, and the beaters
don't. Oh, this is a fantastic tackle. Good wrap up here. Oh, it just misses. He wants that shot back.
Goulet missed. The UTSA beater, Kyle Bryant, I think, was focused on regaining dodgeball control, and Goulet was able to take a wide-open drive against one or two of the point chasers for UTSA, but unable to find the finish there.
Yeah, Goulet put in so much effort going through two of the defenders, and then his shot was just off to the right-hand side, just like an inch. It's a couple
close there, yeah.
It's a couple missed shots here from Creighton. They could easily be up 3-2.
Good block from Javi, and he's going to make it the trade.
Here's Blackwood. This is hit. He's going to go to the right-hand side. He passes it off to Milena. It's blocked immediately by Creighton.
Oh, and there's a no dodgeball situation.
What's the call here going to be? Creighton was driving. Stewart gets a two-hand tackle.
Yep.
Stewart may have possibly...
So it's going to be contact after dismounting, I believe, from Jay Stewart, who I believe made a hit on Ryan Mejio while being off broom.
Oh, it's tough there. Like, so possibly looking for a two-hand tackle, and the broom slips out. This should be an easy goal here from Creighton, as Javi does not have a dodgeball, even though he's faking.
Yeah. Goulet wide open on the right-hand side. Mejio with the easy dish and the score. Creighton now tying it up.
Beautiful pass from Mejio over to Goulet. Absolutely. It's a 2-2 game here. 2020. It's really back and forth. There's some stoppages from both sides. Oh.
Almost a catch there from Kyle Bryant, but unfortunately he's beat out.
Blackwood bringing the ball up. UTSA in a spread diamond offense. They do have Stewart off the field. No, he's back on the field. Stewart immediately beat.
He's beat by O'Connor.
And that's going to be a reset for UTSA. Blackwood recovers. Kyle beating out Creighton's defenders here. What was the call here?
Very interesting, as Blackwood seemingly could have picked it up, but he must have not been able to.
Would have been a double reset? I don't believe so. Nevertheless, Creighton with the ball, looking to score another goal here. Right-hand side. UTSA in a 2-2 defense. With dodgeball control by Creighton. Pass behind the hoops to Goulet. Goulet passes back up the top. Kind of in a stalemate here. Here's another pick on the point defender. Not as effective this time. Blackwood with amazing point defense. Here with the keeper headband, making him immune in the keeper zone from beats. Pass to the right-hand side. Creighton around the back of the hoops, looking for a shot or a pass. It's a pass to the alley-oop.
Oh, Joe Goulet. So close from UTSA. Deflected, but Goulet slams it through.
Matt Blackwood was just another hair away. We've seen both of those from both sides. Blackwood being harassed here by Creighton's defense. This full court press is amazing to watch.
Oh, trade up top, and then UTSA is going to regain dodgeball control.
All right.
TJ O'Connor's beat by Bradley Himes. Great beat there from Himes.
There's a no dodgeball situation here, am I correct?
That's correct for UTSA. Jay Stewart.
Fantastic. Way to read and cut between the two defenders. Slices them like butter. And we are at a 30-30 game.
I feel like if you give Jay Stewart or Matt Blackwood a no dodgeball situation in front of them, it's almost a guaranteed goal against any college defense.
Absolutely. I believe Blackwood and Stewart are the best open field quad ball players in the game. You know, there's no dodgeballs in that drive. They're just going to score every single time. All right, Creighton with the ball, being pressured by Bradley.
Oh, Mayhew can't find the handle just for a split second. Quickly recovers.
Mayhew waiting for his chaser to get back in the play. Passes behind the hoops, maybe to stall.
There's only one dodgeball back with Kyle Bryan, as Bradley Himes is very far out of the play, but here he comes.
Very aggressive beater, Bradley Himes. Oh, great play here from UTSA. Creighton very stoic, though. There's like some mistakes happening, but they just keep setting up their offense. They do this time and time again. They're probably going to look for a pick here or maybe a beater to create some disruption.
Creighton was really thriving with control and with just taking these very aggressive trades and getting all dodgeballs on the ground. And that's really where they were gaining momentum in this game.
Yeah, I think an X factor is having Bradley Himes on the field. He has so much experience. He's able to go toe-to-toe with Creighton for some time, getting dodgeball control back. Pass to the top hoop, great block.
Control.
Fantastic shot. The play of the game here was a beater from Creighton locking down one of the UTSA beaters and putting them in a hug so they couldn't throw their dodgeball.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge play from Creighton, not only scoring but regaining dodgeball control as well.
And that was a
Maddie Nemani as well with TJ O'Connor, both Team USA DA.
Yeah, Maddie Nemani, fantastic play there. All right, here's Ross driving up the middle of the pitch.
Free ball on the ground, and UTSA is going to recover dodgeball control so quickly.
This just happens time and time again. They create chaos and sometimes get their control back. Pass up to the left.
He is pressing high.
Oh, beat immediately. Ball's on the ground.
Now there's a no dodgeball situation.
Oh, just driving. 19 passes back to Stewart. Stewart looking for an open drive here. No dodgeball situation except for there was a beat from the wide right. That was an amazing beat by 76.
Great beat from TJ O'Connor. Just grazing the back of Jay Stewart on the drive. Huge play there from the Creighton beater.
When you think you have an open drive, you go full force. You're thinking about the dodging the defenders and shooting on the right hoop. But you get sniped by a beater from your backside.
And they just took those extra couple seconds to get the ball into Jay Stewart's hands, and that allowed TJ O'Connor to recover.
That was absolutely the difference. I agree. You want to get your offense set up in a place where once there's a no dodgeball situation, you can immediately drive. So Creighton with the ball here. It's a 40-30 lead for Creighton over UTSA.
Oh, that's a pass behind hoops with
interesting dodgeball passes here. This is a unique strategy I don't see before. It's throwing UTSA off. Creighton with the ball, dodging to the right-hand side. Oh, fantastic block.
Denial bump from Jay Stewart, meeting Mayhew in the air and letting him know.
This is something you see from Stewart or Blackwood all the time is absolute hops to deny an easy dunk.
Huge rejection there from Jay Stewart.
I hope there's not a call here that just takes away that fantastic defensive play. You never know in quad ball, folks. And since there's a short break, I want to thank Quad Ball Nation out there, all the live stream viewers for watching us. It's our pleasure to share the love of Quad Ball with Quad Ball Nation. It is a little bit hot and balmy today. A lot of people out here, hats, umbrellas, sunscreens flying. It's a beautiful day for Quad Ball.
Absolutely, it's very, very humid. It's actually really tough to grip the ball out there. Much tougher than you would think. Jay Stewart was beat before that phenomenal block.
It looks like it was a playing after dismount. This is 2 times that Stewart has been called for playing after dismount.
And this time Mehi's going to have to get it through. Gets it to Goulet, who finishes.
So that's a penalty that just takes away an amazing defensive stop. And Creighton is a machine when they're in a power play. I think they scored both times pretty much immediately after having a player down for UTSA. Here's a stoppage of play. And that's going to be an early timeout from, I believe, UTSA.
Right.
They're down by 20 points. Maybe they can rework some of their offensive struggles. They've kind of slowed down their runs from earlier in the game while Creighton getting stop after stop and setting up their offense. If you're a Creighton here, look, you have a comfortable lead. You're up 20. What do you keep doing right? What's going well for Creighton?
I mean, the Blue Jays have really got such a dynamic offense. They're able to drive in with Mejia, with Goulet, and then also have those cutting options as well on the side hoops, and really stretching UTSA's defense, and along with the beater chaos as well that the Blue Jays beaters have been causing within O'Connor and Namini. They just have to keep the beater pressure going and continuing to get these passes strung together. Meanwhile, UTSA have had some really great defensive stops, unfortunately called back by penalties. But I think both of which have been on Jay Stewart so far. And Stewart really showing out on both ends of the quad ball, but nothing really to show for it so far as both of his stops have been negated by penalties. But I do think that UTSA is showing definite signs of life on this defense. They're definitely holding their hoops down and keeping pace. But some unlucky calls going against UTSA, and Creighton able to capitalize clinically in the early going. So Creighton's up 5-3 as UTSA takes their first timeout here. This Elite Eight matchup is really shaping up to be everything that we've expected, as both these teams immensely physical, big presences in their respective regions, both regional champions. What has to change for UTSA, Craig, on the other end of this timeout?
So for UTSA, what their main offense is run off is fast breaks based off of great defense. They have an amazing 2-2 zone. They're great shot blockers. We're just seeing Creighton setting picks on the point defender. So for UTSA, I might play a little higher up, send the off-ball chaser to harass that point defender for Creighton. Because Creighton's sitting up top here in the half court of the pitch, but just sitting there, waiting for plays to happen on their beater end, and then capitalizing on that play, right? So I think UTSA maybe do a little bit more of a three-quarters press, maybe. Like not all the way to half pitch, but give Creighton some trouble and make them think of the wall.
Lauren Curry now in at beater for Creighton.
And we have Riley on the left-hand side for UTSA.
First minutes for Riley, I think.
He was in the game earlier, but I think he pulled immediately out. Pass behind for UTSA, back up to Riley. Himes guarding Riley here, looking for a presence possibly to get dodgeball control back. Riley being very patient here. Looking for a pass option. Stewart to the top of the pitch, way out of the play. Back to UTSA. Good defense here. Almost a great shot attempt for UTSA.
Good shot attempt, but just off the crossbar.
We have a stoppage of play. There's been quite a few stoppages here for kind of very frivolous fouls. I don't know if I've had a couple dismounts in a game, all season.
Oh, so Joe Goulet, I believe, swatted a dodgeball.
So, for those at home, there's 2 major leagues here in the U.S. There's MLQ, Major League Quidditch, and also USQ. Major League Quidditch, some of these players, including Goulet, they allow swatting in their rulebook. So perhaps there's a little confusion of being able to swat the dodgeball.
As a beater, it is always so frustrating when a chaser is able to correctly distance the dodgeball away. It really creates havoc in the beater game, and it allows chasers to influence the game in a very impactful way. If you're able to distance a dodgeball just by a few extra feet, it's crucial for their team's beaters to come in and help.
Absolutely. Yeah, here in US Quidditch, or US Quadball, pardon me, yeah, you have to do kind of a quick turn, almost like a little tornado, to deflect the dodgeball back to your hoops or something.
And
so even though there was a swatting the dodgeball play, it's still going to be Creighton's ball.
Right, right.
Creighton bringing the quad ball up. They know that they are missing a chaser, and so they're going to take their time, possibly just milk the full minute.
Yeah, here's Max Chang in as well with Lauren Curry, one of Creighton's second beater lines.
This is what I want to see from UTSA, is a little bit of a higher press here. They have the man number, but they just let Creighton kind of squash them into a very compact zone. Yeah, and Creighton's just going to milk the time here. They're going to wait until they get their chaser back on the play. Goulet. Goulet's one of their biggest scorers, so why not wait? Good defense here from Riley, playing point defense for UTSA. Back up for Creighton. Claw ball to the middle of the pitch. We got a stalling warning here from the refs. So that means that they have to make a scoring attempt. That's in our rule book. It's a great scoring attempt here for 59, just right below the small hoop. They do recover. Oh, and they're going to call out of bounds here from Creighton.
Oh, and in that scrum, UTSA has recovered dodgeball control.
So Goulet is back on the pitch. I think the stall was effective.
Oh, unfortunately, Bradley Himes didn't see the loose third dodgeball and instead ran over to
There's a no dodgeball situation here. Blackwood driving. Oh, here's a recovery by Creighton. Dodgeball swarming him. He blocks it. He's driving. He's passed to the backhand side to David. David with a jump just short of his hands.
Yeah, and in that, Bradley Himes unfortunately didn't see the loose dodgeball on the right side of the pitch and instead ran all the way down to Creighton's hoops to contest Max Chang when there was a free ball on the right-hand side.
Oh, man, that's
so
just unlucky.
Really unfortunate.
Yeah, you want to have somebody on the sideline, please just make them aware that there's a dodgeball there. Nevertheless, Creighton gets the ball back, still up 50-30.
Max Chang trying to run a 1.5 here on Kyle Bryant.
Here's another 1.5 and 62 for Creighton.
Yeah, Max Chang.
Max Chang accidentally went head-to-head here with Hobby. Absolute accident. He's apologizing, and I think he immediately knows it's going to be head contact there, foul.
Yeah, Max Chang is a very physical beater, very physical presence with dodgeballs and without. Definitely one of Creighton's strongest beaters, and Creighton's really only brought 6 beaters. They trust their players and they trust their beaters to play heavy minutes here.
That's always a tough roster decision to make, right? When you can only bring a certain amount of players, 21 person roster. Who are you going to bring? And if you trust your beaters, yeah, narrow it down to 6. Here's
UTSA.
Hobby leading the way. Two dodgeball leading. Pass over here. Oh, shot just over the hoops. Dave's going to recover for UTSA. Kyle playing amazing offense here. And the shot does go through, deflected though. No, it's deflected by the keeper for Creighton.
Ryan Mejio with a block there.
This is amazing defense by Creighton, even in a dire situation.
Oh, here they come the other way. Good goal there from Hunter Mogan. Wow, we really expected that was a really, really quick, fast break from both sides, honestly.
Absolutely. Creighton recognizes when there's too many UTSA players on their side of the pitch, and it's a wide open score for themselves. They take advantage. Since we have Blackwood bring the ball up, they're now down 30 quaffle points. UTSA bringing the ball up. Hobby beating on the point defense. Kyle making an amazing beat. Here's a hole. Why would Blackwood not drive there and just throws the ball away?
That's a great play from Kyle Bryant, though, completely taking out the Creighton beaters. And Matt Blackwood just I guess, had a miscommunication and didn't take on the drive. But there's going to be another card.
This game's really chippy. I do see, chivalry and honor between both teams, but they're both bringing the most physical plays. It's
absolutely, and I mean, these are two of the most physical teams we have out here this weekend. That's really part of their game, Craig.
It was supposed to be a grudge match, but I think it's kind of a fluffy grudge match. You know, like it's
Yeah.
there, but they're playing to the letter of the game. Oh, we have a card here in Blackwood as well. It's very unusual to see two quadball players carded out at the same time.
And Max Chang is still in the box, Creighton's beater.
And maybe you can know, does Stewart have 2 yellows or 1?
I believe he has 2 yellows already, and both of them were for playing after dismount, or tackling after dismount.
And at 3, he receives a red?
Yes, I believe with the new rule set, it's 3 yellows to a straight red. So Stewart already in foul trouble in the early going, which is not something you want to hear if you're UTSA.
It can be very devastating, and this is Blackwood's first card as well. Meanwhile, for Creighton, Viejo, I think he's had 2 yellows as well, or is that his first?
I think that was his first, Craig.
Okay.
I'm not completely sure, but I do think that's the first time we've seen Mejio in the
All
box.
right, and play started deep. David's driving and puts it in the hoop.
Jams it through. David Rodriguez.
That was
Great
a
score there.
double power play, though. 2 players down for Creighton.
Oh, and this is very interesting, as there might be guarding
Guarding the
third dodgeball there from Kyle Bryant as he tossed back towards UTSA's hoops while his partner Javi Tiarina had possession of the third dodgeball.
And you see Maddie Namani with her hand up signaling that she was going for the third bludger, or the third dodgeball.
Right, I think Lauren Curry is in now for Maddie Namani, but I mean still both Creighton non-male beaters extremely strong.
Thank you for, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be guarding. I think so. Oh, that's always a brutal call for
double
beaters.
dodgeball
double
turnover.
dodgeball turnover.
So how does this work?
So both the dodgeballs get returned to Creighton, and as well as their beater being sent into the penalty box. So this is a huge power play for Creighton, and it's one of the probably the worst penalties for a foul you can receive.
So here, if you're Creighton, you're just going to beat out Javi. Javi making an amazing play. He catches the dodgeball. Creighton is just walking the ball up, though. They seem to be coached to really wait for their power play or wait for the player to come out of the box.
Wait, here comes Javi.
Javi having to do double duty here. Here's a drive. Dish to the right-hand side. It's fumbled. Great tackle here from UTSA. There's a ref in my way, but the ball goes.
Does it go through? There's another contested finish.
Goulet was looking for some face contact. And it is going to be face contact from UTSA.
That's going to be their third player in the penalty, Craig. Wow, that's half of their eligible players. And that's going to be a goal for Creighton, unsurprisingly, as Matt Blackwood checks back in.
When you're in the secret floor, now you're down 30 points. You can't be doing this to yourself, right? Like, this is just foul after foul from UTSA.
And Kyle Bryant is, for some reason, still in the penalty.
Oh, David here just threw it to Stewart up in the air. That was just kind of go-get-it ball. I think UTSA is a little flustered. David has a good stop here, potential. Great wrap-up. Slips over the head.
Oh, Mejio trying to finish through contact. A big tackle attempt there from David Rodriguez, but Creighton able to get the goal.
When you're down 2 players, it's pretty easy to score. Creighton now up 40 points, 80-40, Creighton's way. UTSA with the ball, bringing it up.
Oh, and Creighton's pressing high. Creighton's pressing high with their beaters. Oh, a big tackle from Javi, but that's going to be, I believe, net contact.
Oh, and we have an injury on the play here. It was a tackle from number 3 by Creighton.
Oh, no.
Okay, Quadball Nation, this is Craig Garrison, and we are back at Creighton versus UTSA. We did have an injury here, but luckily the player was able to exit the field, and we're going to resume play shortly. Anything to add?
Yeah, I'm Shannon Ong here with Craig, along for the ride with Creighton versus UTSA. A really physical matchup so far, one that's seen multiple cards handed out, and one that's at one point one team has had only 3 players out on the field as 3 of their other players were in the penalty box. But a very scrappy game, and really a lot of what we expected from these 2 extremely physical teams, and more fun to come along the way. And happy to see that UTSA's player is able to walk off the field.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to David Rodriguez. We're really happy to see that he's back up. He's previously injured this season, came back for Alamo Cup, and then also here for Quadball Nationals. Hopefully he's able to recover from this, and if if UTSA happens to pull this game out, maybe he'll be in the next game. But we will wait and see. Yeah, but with all the penalties in this game, it's a very unusual game, right? Like if we have a no penalty game, then we can decide who the better team is, right?
Yeah.
Based off of just pure play. But part of winning a game is playing to the rules.
And
right?
yeah, and limiting the amount of penalties, as well as understanding how to work around potential penalties when some key players are in the box.
Yeah, and these power plays, honestly, you said it, are killing UTSA. Not to mention Creighton's defense. You have multiple star beaters. Keepers are making blocks. They're making hits high up on their side of the pitch, or even on UTSA's half of the pitch. I think that's probably the most impressive thing here if we're looking at pure play is Creighton's defense. I know that on their offensive side they've been pretty much like 65-70%, which is really high ratio for scoring, but it's all built off their defense.
Creighton's leading 8-4.
Stewart bringing the ball up, looking for a drive against no dodgeballs. This shot's good for Jay.
That goes for Jay Stewart. So UTSA with some life here on the other side of the stoppage. Creighton's lead trimmed to only 30. Creighton leading 8-5, 80-50 on quad ball points.
Okay, so this is currently no players in the box here for either team.
A rare time in this match so far.
Rare to say for this game, and there's going to be another stoppage of play and another call.
I mean, so far, Creighton has shown why they're pretty much a consensus pick to win nationals this year. They've been very strong on both sides of the ball, but really limiting the penalties here is proving to be a challenge for the Blue Jays so far, as Max Chang is now sent into the box for a second time.
That could be a really big deal once we get the end of Secret 4 here. If Max Chang gets a 3rd card, that's a big blow to Creighton, but you're telling me they also have just many star beaters out of their 6 that could kind of carry the weight.
It's going to be TJ O'Connor coming back in for Max Chang, I assume. If
right.
Chang's
Javi with
out,
the beat out here. Stewart bringing the ball up once again.
Here's Jay Stewart.
Once he gets that eagle eye, Jay Stewart says, I'm going to score. No, called no good. Can Blackwood recover here? Yes, he can recover. It's a 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation here for Blackwood. He gets the dunk over the top.
Blackwood with the jam.
And we have a game again here, boys.
And there's yet another
stoppage
call.
of play. Here, I'm not going to lie to the audience. I'm a moderate UTSA fan. You love to see that they're coming back into the game, but every stoppage of play is coming after a UTSA bucket.
I mean, that was just a great play from Matt Blackwood. Understand there's 1 beater in the box, only 1 dodgeball behind, and taking on these defenders. A great juke move behind the hoops. Oh no, it's going to be another penalty against UTSA.
This is the second third pleasure interference for UTSA. They are just doubling up.
And this is really a product of, between beaters, as a beater myself, it's really a product of miscommunication and not knowing whether or not your partner is possessing the 3rd dodgeball before you try and throw back to them.
Absolutely. So that's where you need to look at your beater duo and see, are they holding a ball? It's pretty simple, right?
Right. It's a lot harder than you might think, though, Craig. And in the heat of the game, it's very easy to get confused. And it's always better to cross-check, though, just to make sure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kyle Bryant, that's the second time that he's committed third dodgeball interference, rather, and he's back in the box.
That's a really good point about the heat of the game. You know, possibly maybe you checked previously before bending down to pick up the dodgeball, and they didn't have a dodgeball in their hands, and then they also recovered one. So this is one of the many cards here for UTSA, just digging themselves in the hole right when they had momentum. Creighton bringing the ball up, knowing they have a power play. Massive drive
Creighton.
there.
All over the back is Jay Stewart, riding on the back of Matt Gulick.
And we have Stewart on the ground. We want to pause here. And I don't know what happened on the play. It seemed like it was a bang-bang play.
Yeah, I think Jay Stewart saw Matt Gulick driving and went in for a hit. Gulick, I believe, turned slightly or spun around a little bit, and Jay Stewart ended up draped on him. And unfortunately, Stewart is a bit shaken up.
And while we're waiting for Jay Stewart to recover, I'm just going to give a shout out to Quadball Nation. Thank you for watching. And we're going to have a stoppage of play or stoppage of commentating for this injury timeout.
Oh my gosh, don't creep up on me like that. What do you want? I thought you were literally going to say that. What'd you do with them? Oh, you did not. But I was going to say, you could tell Caleb in that. What, you farted in one time, you can't do that terrible joke again? You can't say that? I also heard it for the first time yesterday. Doesn't take that. Unless I what? The back where? No, you forfeited it. Oh my god, you skipped the whole build. No, you're doing worse than me. Okay. Jack, no, you're not building it up enough. You're already on the rocket ship. What are you doing?
Wow. 6 is going to be out of the game.
No, you know what's happening? He got a red card, so he's actually got to serve the box because Jay's injured. So they're just going to play a player down.
All right, Quadball Nation, we are back. Some news: Jay Stewart seems to be fine, but he did receive his 3rd yellow for jump tackling or platforming into Creighton. So he's out of the game with a red. Creighton
So
with
Gulick over to Kawana Abrigo, who finishes easily on the middle hoop, and Creighton is up 9-5. Jay Stewart ascending off. That is really going to impact UTSA the rest of the way.
Yeah, this is a Team USA caliber player that is received a third yellows out of the play, so it's up to Blackwood and the rest of UTSA and Roadrunners here to capitalize. He shoots a fantastic shot over on the small hoop that goes in. I think Creighton was just distracted by the dodgeball play.
Here comes Max Chang.
All right, let's make sure we don't have another third bludger interference.
This time Kyle Bryant correctly throws back to Javi. Lauren Curry's going in for a huge tackle on Javi.
Oh, Javi just made a fantastic beat. He was mid-tackle on the ground, knees on the ground, and beats the ball handler. Blackwood with a play here.
Gulick trying to, Blackwood dodges past Gulick.
Oh, what a fantastic drive. Blackwood drives to the right-hand side, pass over to Milena. Sosa puts the ball in. Look, UTSA is in this game now.
Blackwood there.
The score right now is 90-70.
UTSA, a huge sequence for the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Creighton with the lead. Look, you have one of your best players just gets a red card out, and then UTSA responds with a double score. Javi playing out of his mind right now.
Javi is able to trade through contact.
Here's Kyle looking for a beat. Oh, it looks like it was a throw of the dodgeball after beat, but they didn't call it.
And Matt Gulick is able to finish as Javi did commit his dodgeball to the beater game. And there's no dodgeballs in defense for Creighton.
Blackwood here. He doesn't see the dodgeball coming in. Kyle beating out point defenders. Blackwood going in. It's a shot just over the small hoop.
Just a bit too tall.
I think he wants that one back if he were to be able to drive and, you know, a little bit more of a crisper shot. I'm liking this excitement from UTSA. It's like desperation turned into.
And Creighton's able to recover dodgeball control here, as TJ O'Connor is going to win the contest with Javi Tiarina all the way behind Creighton's hoops.
Yeah, and as we've seen before, Creighton on offense thrives with dodgeball control. They set up this perfect half-pitch offense, and we'll see what UTSA is able to do.
It seems like their beaters are hanging back here for Creighton on this possession.
We might be close to the 20-minute mark here, which is why they're holding on to their dodgeball control. Pass to the left-hand side for Creighton. Pass back up, 71 for Creighton. Blackwood at the center of the pitch. They're milking it here. There's a drive, a pitch back to 71. Drive to the right-hand side. There might be a pick here coming in on Blackwood. Nope. Pass back to the back of the hoops. Pass for the top of 59. Good defense from UTSA. They're shifting.
Last possession. Here's
Gulick. Shot and a great block by Riley Molman. Riley, he's a sophomore here for UTSA. I think he's my player I picked to pick up the slack for Stewart.
All right, Craig. And going into the flag runner period at the 20-minute mark, UTSA is only down by 3 goals.
Yeah, Shannon. Look, the way Creighton's playing, they are very calm and composed, and they seem to have a system here on all sides of the pitch. UTSA, on the other hand, racking up massive cards, super dynamic, super chaotic, and I think they're just able to squeak some of these goals out that are making this a game.
It's really a tale of two polar opposites right now. Despite both these teams being extremely physical, Creighton is calculated, composed, almost like a machine, and UTSA is just causing chaos, causing havoc on both sides of the ball. Javi Tiarina really stepping up here in the absence of Jay Stewart and picking up the slack on defense as a beater, and Matt Blackwood doing the things that Matt Blackwood does, finding great passes, finding good shots, and really being the backbone of UTSA's offense in his partner's absence.
Yeah, I mean, Blackwood is a household name, and Javi's about to be a household name as well. If UTSA is able to turn this around and get a victory. Creighton here, favorites in the game, powerhouse. So if you are at home, Quadball Nation, you better stay on the live stream and just watch this. This is about to be probably one of the most exciting games of this Quadball Nationals. So we were talking about, before the game started, Creighton, arguably better beater duos, right? We do have 2 cards on Chang. Is that
Correct.
Right? 2
yeah.
yellows.
Max Chang has accumulated 2 yellow cards so
far. And then
far.
we also have, so this is the big deal here, right? We have Jay Stewart, Team USA Seeker, out for UTSA.
And Team USA DA Seeker Joe Goulet in for Creighton.
So if you're UTSA, I mean, do you play defense? Do you just say, we're not going to go for this, knowing that Goulet, possibly is going to be a quick grab? Or it's just an impossible decision because, I mean, UTSA, a lot of their identity is built off of Stewart also being like a 1-minute seeker.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like Goulet. I mean, I was really excited to see them to go at each other, but it's a whole different dynamic here. you know, if I'm over on UTSA's side, I say you play defensive seeker and you just try to run up the score.
It's going to be Cal's Andrew Ramos here going to try and fend off Joe Goulet and the UTSA seeker, who I don't think has been announced yet.
So we got to go to shout out to the flag runner here. It's always tough as a flag runner to go against, you know, high caliber seekers.
Certainly, certainly.
All right, so the play's about to begin.
It's going to be Christian
here.
Cortez for UTSA. Christian Cortez for UTSA seeking here.
So Cortez actually does have a long history of with A&M and then also with UTSA prior to Stewart playing on the team of being one of the starting seekers. So let's see if we can pull this one out.
Creighton's up by 3 goals.
Dodgeball control is firmly, let's see, looking for the ball in Creighton's hands. Javi getting an early beat here. He's missing the seeker right behind him. You might want to be focusing Goulet. Goulet has his hands 1 inch from the grab. There's go Javi. He finally checks down. Christian hunting down the flag runner here. And this was a goal, by the way, for UTSA, making it a 20-point game. Goulet is going to have another attempt here.
Here comes Joe Goulet again on the flag.
Javi being pushed out here by Creighton's beaters. Is not going to be a chance. I don't think. Oh, it's a quick grab here. Just off. Javi misses
on
beat.
Joe Goulet.
Here's a beat attempt. It's no good. Javi gets a tackle here. He's beat as well. Goulet's going to have a free chance here at the flag runner. Flag runner better run. It's no good. He fumbles it. It's right out of his hand. In the meantime, UTSA has a defensive stop on the left-hand side of the pitch. I mean, Blackwood with the ball is going to have a chance here to get a bucket against no dodgeball situation. This is where Blackwood should really thrive. Goulet is going time and time again.
I think he's got it. Oh, no, it's off. The tail is off.
Oh, this is twice in a row that Goulet has had the flag in his hands and just dropped it.
Meanwhile, UTSA is coming back into this. The Roadrunners are only down by 1 goal now in the chaos of flag on pitch.
Look, Javi's making plays here.
Javi is really locking down the seeker game.
Meanwhile, Creighton getting a bucket, making 11. 110 to 90 here for Creighton's way. Here's Goulet again. I think it's
this time Goulet.
Nope.
No.
UTSA with the beat
Quickly
on Goulet. Claw ball being thrown over the left-hand side of the pitch.
A catch here from UTSA would be so huge, Craig. It would change everything.
Absolutely. UTSA looking for a bucket here against a no dodgeball situation. Creighton very beefy on the defensive end. Riley driving to the right-hand side.
Christian Cortez, the seeker game is very intense right now.
Pass behind the hoops, back up to Riley. Riley has the ball, ducks, dives, dodge, shoots over the top hoop. We have a tie. No, we have 11.
It's 11 to 10. Creighton holding on by 1. And Bradley Himes is going to clear out both of the Creighton
Bradley
beaters.
Himes is going to town.
Here's Christian Cortez.
Oh! And we have a grab here from UTSA.
Oh my goodness, Craig.
Like I said, Cortez used to be a starting seeker before Stewart showed up. Props to Cortez. All the experience at A&M, all the experience at UTSA. This is an upset in the making.
Oh my goodness, Craig.
Shannon, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. This was a faulty strategy, I believe, on Creighton's end. They had no dodgeballs on defense on the quad ball end, and it allowed UTSA to run up three scores.
They were only focusing on flag. And Bradley Himes absolutely cleared out both the Blue Jay beaters, the Creighton beaters, and allowed Christian Cortez room to make a pull.
And I need to know, what is the set score for this game? I didn't do
160. The set score is 160.
160 here. So this will put UTSA at 135, and this grab's called good. I didn't see anything else in the play. It looks good to me.
The referees are discussing this, but Bradley Himes opening the longest look for Christian Cortez. The ability of Himes, honestly, Himes took out both Creighton beaters, both Nemani and T.J. O'Connor.
If I'm handing out MVPs right now, I mean, Javi's been wrecking it all game. Next is Bradley Himes comes in at a clutch time. He is a on-pitch flag runner extraordinaire. He has that quick thinking of being able to beat out multiple people. And then lastly, Christian Cortez comes in to save the game. And there's one more for Blackwood running up with like 2 buckets and 1 for Riley as well.
We said earlier in the game, if you give Matt Blackwood a no dodgeball situation, it's just gonna, it's almost you can pretty much chalk it up.
It's all, it's a 95% effective score right there. even if this is a good grab, it's only going to be 135 to 110. Creighton looking fully in control of the game if it's a normal quad ball game.
Right, and we know how potent Creighton is. They've really
Right.
proven that early going.
And UTSA would be only up by 25, meaning that Creighton would have to play their best.
Still we wait.
Here's the ref. And we're getting a
Out of bounds call on Christian Cortez.
A game-changing call that a player, Christian Cortez, left the pitch for no reason and then came back on pitch. This is probably a rule just so that somebody can't sneak around the edge of the pitch or leave and then come back and then grab the flag. That is heartbreaking.
But it's not over, and let's see if Joe Goulet can capitalize on this for Creighton.
All right, Bradley Himes, the UTSA with dodgeball control. They are not having a dodgeball in defense.
Still able to get
Oh, it's a great block here from Riley from UTSA. Creighton is probably going to recover. I can't see over the fans. Good poking from behind for Riley. This defensive stop. And Himes is getting called here. This could be the game-changing decision. This is it.
Absolutely. If a beater is carded during flag on pitch time, it's devastating.
There's almost no way you can defend the flag runner at this point.
But both Creighton beaters are beat out right now, and I think Mejio is going to put it through.
This is going to be a 120 game.
Souza is trying to hold down the fort on her own. Oh my goodness, no. Christian Cortez, the second chance. Did he get it? Did Christian Cortez just
Christian
pull
Cortez
again?
marking and showing where the out-of-bounds line and showing that he's clearly on pitch.
Christian Cortez letting the referees know this time.
So we're back.
He thinks he's in bounds.
We're back to scenario A that we were just talking about, except for Creighton had another bucket. So it's a very close game here if the catch is considered good.
But the catch, Craig, the catch changes so much of this game. And if Creighton had pulled, it would have been golden goal for the Blue Jays.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think people here on the field and people here at home watching is expecting Creighton to get this catch.
Absolutely. If Joe Goulet is on the pitch for Creighton, it's almost a certain pull for a majority of this year.
I say by having Jay Stewart leave the pitch, it galvanized this UTSA team into just a monster.
With no Jay Stewart in for the Roadrunners, Christian Cortez has stepped up. And after having one pull disallowed, is this the one that's going to be the game changer for UTSA?
And we are going to have the refs here deliberating just to see if they saw anything, any other calls on the play. This is a process that you usually see for flag catches.
A second catch disallowed for the Roadrunners.
And we're getting a call from the ref. The call is that the seeker touched or had contact with a flag runner's head before grabbing. For those at home, that just means that the flag catch is called no good.
And Goulet with another chance.
So we're now back at scenario B, which is that Creighton catches, and then they're in golden goal opportunity. But we will see what the outcome of this is.
I'm shocked, Craig. This is two disallowed catches by the same team that would be absolutely game-changing. And Christian Cortez is going to have to settle in again and do it for a third time while UTSA's beaters fend off debatably the best collegiate seeker in the game right now.
And we do have UTSA back with Himes on the field after the penalty, but we do have Creighton with one dodgeball. And let's see where the other one is. I know there's one on the pitch. I don't see who has the third dodgeball. Are you able to see?
Sousa is unarmed, and then...
Because, as you know, every 10 seconds matters on flag on pitch.
For sure.
Every 10 seconds.
For sure.
And
It
right
only
now,
takes Joe Goulet 2 or 3 seconds to get a look and a pull.
And Goulet's long legs over here on the right-hand side, it's going to take him 4 strides. I mean, here we go. So it's UTSA
Sousa
ball.
has a... okay, so Sousa has a dodgeball.
And Christian is just having a conversation with the ref, possibly asking, what can I do right when I'm trying to grab the flag?
But Himes is in the box, I believe, right? So Christian Cortez is going to have to do this for a third time, Craig. But I do think that if in the seeker game, if you're a seeker and you're going against the same flag for a long period of time, you start to understand and start to adapt to what the flag runner is doing. So it actually, I think, makes it easier to catch as long as you, as the seeker, don't get too tired.
Right. And I just want to point out for people at home, we do have a timeout called. I don't know if it was for UTSA, for Creighton. But yes, I mean, I'm a snitch runner. I'm a flag runner myself. And yeah, the longer you go against a seeker, you start seeing the same moves over and over again. And so for Christian Cortez, you hope that you have 5 different moves. Maybe
it does go both ways. You're right.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. But for Goulet, I mean, this is a Team USA caliber seeker that I'm really surprised he hasn't caught already.
I am too.
At the beginning of the game, we saw 2 dropped tail grabs. I just want to remind people at home that Goulet has had the flag and the tail in his hands for a split second twice. So that means he's fully capable of grabbing at any moment.
Certainly. We know that Goulet is capable of catching on any flag runner in the nation.
Yeah.
It's just a fact.
He just needs to get, 5 seconds of time in there. So this is a nail biter for those at home.
And you wouldn't believe this, Craig, but the Cal flag runner, this is his first year playing quad ball. And
we have a first-year flag runner holding his own against
Christian Cortez and Joe Goulet, a Team USA Developmental Academy seeker.
You want to put that on your resume.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And stoppage play is continued. Timeout is almost done. Quadball Nation, if you're watching, I want you to be blowing up the comment thread with who you think is going to win, who's going to grab, who you're rooting for. We really want to see all those comments flying.
Can Creighton lock this game down and put it away? This is going to be a big question, because if Christian Cortez catches for a third time and UTSA actually gets the 35 points from the flagpole, it's still a game changer, and UTSA has shown that they were able to hang with this group, hang with Creighton, who's a consensus #1 and who everyone projected to come in and dominate their way through nationals. UTSA is holding their own and keeping pace with Creighton.
Yeah, this is UTSA is a big momentum team, right? And like I said before, Jay Stewart getting the red card. We saw a different UTSA team come in after Jay Stewart was red carded.
It could go both ways. You could either become demoralized and lose your will to continue, or you come back like UTSA did and keep fighting.
But no, I'm going to use the word resilient for this UTSA team for all the cards they've received, and yet they're still in this game. So play is about to begin. And we're eagerly watching this flag runner play since this game.
So TJ O'Connor does have a dodgeball, and the other UTSA beater, I believe Himes, is back on broom.
Back on broom, but Susu with a dodgeball. We have dodgeball show off here. Hides behind both. Is it a double beat? No, it's not.
No, O'Connor's
Creighton gets
clear.
dodgeball control. Here goes Goulet.
Oh, Himes can't make the catch there.
He's having all the time in the world. Riley passing over to Blackwood, though. UTSA with a bucket.
Oh, and Goulet gets the grab.
And we're going to have another stoppage to review if there's anything.
Joe Goulet striking a pose. He thinks he's got it.
So these high-stress situation games, I know it's nerve-wracking that there's so many stoppages. And we do wish that they could make a decision pretty quick here.
Craig, all it takes is for Joe Goulet to get one look, and
that's what we said. And it was about 7 seconds, and he was lying happy on the side of the pitch. He's pretty confident with the catch. I didn't see anything from the sideline as far as head contact or being out of bounds. So. And catch is called off for a third time.
The third flagpole of this game has been called off now.
And what is the flag runner's name?
Andrew Ramos.
Andrew Ramos. Props
Andrew
to him.
Ramos
He's holding
of
it down.
Cal.
Creighton driving to the field. Big UTSA
a big dodge
defense.
from Joe Goulet.
Pass to the left-hand side. Nobody's there.
And Sousa
Riley
is trying to screen a little bit on the seeker. That's
Riley
an
guarding the
interesting
ball
play.
handler for Creighton. Pass to the other side. Immediate bucket by Creighton. Creighton goes up 130 to 110. If Goulet catches here, it's a game-over situation.
So flag is
Bradley Himes playing out of his mind, beating it out.
Oh, and Sousa's going to recover dodgeball control.
Blackwood driving. He's swarmed.
So Cortez.
He puts the ball through the hoop. Yes, it's a goal. And Goulet is beat out once again. Both seekers beat
13 to 12. TJ O'Connor is beat. This is going to be a huge look for Christian Cortez.
Himes beats out Goulet. Christian Cortez is going to have one-on-one time
Christian
here.
Cortez, can he do it one more time for UTSA?
Nope, the flag runner falls to the ground, and it's 140 to 120 for Creighton. Goulet catches his immediate victory here. Countdown here. Flag runner
Still
one-on-one
one
with
goal.
Cortez.
This is Cortez, a grab to win for UTSA. No, knocks down the flag runner.
I am seeing the flag runner, I don't know if he's getting charged or what, but he keeps getting knocked to the ground, and Quadball continues to play as UTSA gets a stop. It is 140 to 130 here at Creighton. We have a very exciting game.
Cortez had the flag in his hands.
I don't know if this flag has been soaked in oil or sunscreen, but we've seen 3 drops of the flag while it's been in seekers' hands.
Two by Goulet, I believe.
Yeah,
that
2 by
were
Goulet early on.
Fingertips on the flag and just unable to bring it to the ground. But
I mean,
wow.
If I was, we might be possibly looking at a new flag runner as they're taking a timeout now.
That's a big change. That everything that both the seekers know about the flag runner is going to change if they bring in a new flag. It's going to pretty much reset everything the seekers know.
That's
wow.
actually a really great point, Janan. As a flag runner and also as a seeker before, you're building this narrative of you've used certain plays over the period of the game, and this snitch has also moved certain ways. And so if you get a new snitch
on his feet again, Andrew Ramos back for more.
And it's tough as a flag runner if you're getting knocked in the face twice by Cortez not to have any hard feelings.
And you can't.
You can't. That's the beautiful thing about flag runners is they're an official and they're very Zen or Buddhist about the whole thing, right? Like they're out there, they know they're going to get caught eventually.
But UTSA has dodgeball control, I believe. Bradley Himes and Milena Sousa. Is Milena Sousa a chaser or a beater? I mean, she's clearly shown that she's a very strong utility player. I've seen her chase, I've seen her beat, and really showing up all over the pitch.
Yes, Sousa is one of those utility players, absolutely. During practices, I know that she's being used all over the pitch. And over here right now, I hope there's no call against Cortez. I know that the flag runner was falling down when there was contact. All right, play's about to start here.
So I think Cortez is on broom.
Cortez is the first
ready
look
to
here.
go.
Himes guarding with Sousa.
UTSA knows they can't give Joe Goulet any chance here.
And we're looking for a bucket here by UTSA.
Uh-oh, this is TJ O'Connor going in for a beat.
Oh, we have a grab here. There's no way that that's not a good grab. It was a leaping grab for UTSA.
Grab
this will be a
Cortez.
victory.
A grab to win for UTSA if it's called good.
I don't know how much harder it takes.
This would be the upset of the tournament, Craig. This would be the upset of the year.
For some people's perspective, as somebody that's a big UTSA fan, constantly underrated, this is definitely in the realm of probability for me. Roadrunners up all across the sideline.
This would be a shocker for Creighton. A favorite to win it all, but a grab by Christian Cortez could send them home. If it's good, an absolute shocker here at USQ Quadball Cup 2023.
And Cortez hugging on the pitch.
They think it's good.
You never know, though. We've already had 4 or 3
There have been 3 disallowed catches in this game, but this could be the one that wins it for UTSA.
Absolutely, I do agree with you. Absolute shocker as far as seedings, but this is a team that thrives off momentum, and they had so many cards that said, "Hey, we're bleeding all on the pitch." A
star-studded Creighton lineup, and this would be an absolute shocker.
And if we just want to do a quick play of like what happened, Creighton was fully in control of this game. You know,
they were
up by 20.
They
30.
were proving everyone why. It's good, and UTSA wins. A huge upset here.
Dude, MVP of the game here, Christian Cortez gets the catch.
Jay Stewart sent off, red carded in the early going. Christian Cortez, the coach, the player coach of UTSA, showed up, donned the yellow headband, and got the pull to win it all for the Roadrunners.
This is really big for Roadrunners. They have only made it to the Elite Eight, I think, once before, constantly getting knocked out. UTSA just played a perfect second half of the game.
And Creighton was dominating the first half, Craig. Creighton was dominating in the quad ball game in the first half. And once Jay Stewart was sent off, UTSA could have just completely surrendered at that point.
And I just
Down
want to
one of
point
their star
out,
players.
Creighton was 25-3 in the season, 3-0 here at Quadball Nationals, and they just lost to a team they shellacked previously in the season. Gosh, man, this was an exciting game.
This was, I think, one of the best games of quad ball I've seen in my time playing.
I have to agree as well. Props to Creighton for playing an amazing game. Props to UTSA for digging themselves out of the hole. I know that the live stream is just going to take a quick break. So Quadball Nation, we have another.
Soak that in.
Yeah,
Soak that game in.
Soak that in. Put comments, whatever your favorite play of the game is. Put it in the Twitch thread or wherever you got it. Put it on Twitter and social media. I've been Craig Garrison.
I've been Shannon Ong, and we just watched an absolute thriller. UTSA upsets the consensus pick to win this national title this year, Creighton, with a flag grab.
Congrats
to move them on.
Congrats to UTSA. Well-deserved win. Thank you so much. And we're going to take a quick break.
Thank you.